Twitch, what it do? What it do? What it do? Hmm. What it do? What up, Chef? You the first one on here. Hey, Mark. Hey, Brandon. We're gonna get real today. We're gonna get a little bit real today. So I hope you guys are ready. Hey Miss Janice, and I hope I don't offend anybody, but it's a real conversation that needs to be had, and I feel like it's a conversation that has been going on. So today we're gonna talk about everything that's going on in LA, with the protests going on with our brown brothers and sisters out there protesting, because of the things that this administration is doing, and yeah, I don't believe, and what's the word I'm looking for? Um, Ply said it the best, and I posted what he had said. Um, I don't believe in evil things happening, but Plies did say it the best. I mean, there are consequences in your actions, and more than half of the Hispanic men voted for this new administration. So today's question is, should we be standing in solidarity with them? Should Black Americans be inserting themselves into this? Um, and this is, we chat back here. Should we be getting involved? And then I'm gonna give you my opinion. Should we be getting involved in what they have going on? Like I said, it's terrible. I hated to see that ISIS went up into an elementary school graduation. And my thing about it was like, dag, y'all couldn't have waited until, their babies crossed the line and then got them as they were going out the door. Did you have to go up in the graduation? Did you have to do that? Um, so that's my thing about it. Again, this is an interactive chat. I need to know how y'all feeling about this. And then I'm gonna give my opinion on how I feel. But Doce, at the BET Awards, mentioned, the protest and everything going on. Um, and I just, uh, again, I'm going to give my opinion. Janice said no. Kamala Harris tried to tell them. Thank you, Miss Janice. I appreciate you, sis. I took the words exactly out of my mouth. I don't think we should be involving ourselves in their fight. This is their fight. They chose to vote for this administration that is now in place. They chose to go and say Hispanics, Spanish for Trump. And now you're going to have to stand on business. So I just think it's not none of our concerns. And when it hits my backyard, and I know there are some Black folks saying, well, yeah, it affects us all. No, 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 no. And I saw something too where it said, oh, we're human beings. Oh, now we're all human beings. Okay, because you wasn't worried about all of us being human beings a few months ago when you was over there rallying and talking about Spanish for Trump. Now we're all human beings. No, we all human beings now because you want the Black people to get behind you in this fight. And this ain't our fight. And I was telling somebody else, I'm not getting involved until it comes to my front door. When it come to my front door and they come with that, then I'll get involved. But sorry, my Spanish folks, y'all gonna have to stand on straight business because you were the ones. Hey, NY Dirty Bird, if you're still here, you were the ones that were so adamant about voting this man into office. And where did he lie to you? Where did he lie to you? Because the man told you nothing but the truth. And I don't know if you didn't believe what he was saying or you just didn't think it was going to happen to you. And now that it's happening to you, we're all human beings and you want Black folks to rally behind you. And I say absolutely not. This is not our fight. This is not our battle. This is your battle and you're going to have to stand on straight business. about it. You know what I'm saying? So hate that it's happening. And it's an unfortunate thing that is happening. But again, I gotta ask, where did he lie to you? Where did he lie to you when he got and did these debates with Kamala? And I ain't saying it's all of you Spanish men, but it was some of you Spanish men that did not want to vote for a black woman because you don't feel like a woman should be leading this country. Again, I get this is an interactive chat. Hey, Biz, just chill. Interactive chat. We talk back to one another here. Um, So for my new folks on here, we are talking about everything going on in LA. And if you feel differently, you have the right to express your opinion. These are the views and opinions of Dee Dee Parker, and how I feel is, you know, how I feel. You know, no, I will not be standing in solidarity with my brown brothers and sisters. For some of them who don't even like us, especially them Cuban Americans, okay, in Florida, who think that they are better than black people. Won't be happening. You know, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I hate that it is happening, you know, but I need the energy that you had a few months ago, November and prior, when you was sitting up in those, uh, what was those rallies with him, and you had your little shirts on talking about Spanish people for Trump. No, no, I need you to keep your same energy. And again, I hate that it's happening to you, but more than 50% of Spanish men went and voted for this administration. So forgive me if I don't have no sympathy. Brandon said it is crazy in Los Angeles with the protests and bringing army and cops. Let me ask you a question, Brandon, because it is crazy with everything going on. Are you getting out there, you know, as a black man, are you getting out there in solidarity with the Hispanic race? Are you getting out there? Judgment free zone, and you are entitled to your opinion. Please believe I won't judge you. You know, I have my own opinion about this. You know, like I said, I just want the same energy that was applied a few months ago when you were wearing and you were up in these rallies and you were saying, you know, Hispanics for Trump. And now the leader, I can't remember her name, she tore up some proclamation. Girl, where did this man lie to you at when he was sitting up in these debates and telling you exactly what he was going to do? Or was it that you thought you was better and you thought that you were going to go unscathed? And now he's doing everything that he has said and more. He's doing everything, because I ain't seen not one lie. Where was any of the lies? He's doing everything he said he was going to do. And y'all are acting like, oh my God. No, 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 no. He told you what he was going to do, and you still, more than 50% of your men still went and voted for this man. So forgive me if I don't have no sympathy. The only sympathy that I have is, like I said, with them babies, with the graduation, they could have handled that differently. You see what I'm saying? Them babies didn't deserve to see their parents running every which way. That's the only sympathy I have. But as far as standing with y'all in solidarity, I will not. And when it comes to my front door, we will handle that when that time arises. But y'all gonna have to stand on straight business. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And I know Rashad is gonna have a difference of opinion. Hey, greetings from Russia. How are you? Welcome to the chat. I think I let you in, Rashad. There you are.
Hey, what's up, Wet and Wavy?
Yes. So did you hear what we're talking about?
I heard you sorry that they need to stand on business.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we're talking about they call them riots, but I don't call them riots.
What do you call them?
I call them protests.
Protests.
Because
Okay.
you got to think about it. The one thing that America refuses to admit is that whenever a peaceful protest occurs, there are agitators that are sent. to go and disrupt it.
Mm-hmm.
98% of the people are trying to just get a message across. And then you got 2% that, have bad intentions, that they want the message completely overlooked, right? Everybody is talking about how Black Lives Matter is, they're terrorist organizations, but nobody is talking about the fact that there were hired police officers that were in these streets doing damage.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah. So, in addition to that, there were cars full of these are just fact. Cars full of white people driving around handing black people bricks.
Wow.
And there were city ordinances that had bricks just sitting in the path of the protest. They had pallets of bricks that were sent to certain corners.
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting there. Nobody talks about the fact that anytime we try to go do something peaceful, it's always hijacked.
Hey, babe. I'm not gonna say we because I'm not inserting myself in. That's their business. So I'm not gonna say we. Sky said, "How are things in America?" I saw on the news that there is madness happening at rallies. They're doing protesting in LA. And we're talking about the protesting going on in LA. And I was just explaining to I won't say we because I'm not insert. That's not my business. Because I feel like more than half of their men went out and voted for that administration. So there are consequences for your actions. And now these are the consequences of your actions. I need the same energy that you had in November, before November, when you were sitting at these rallies and you had these shirts on talking about Spanish people for Trump.
Yeah, but unfortunately, this is a game that everybody loses.
Nope.
No. And the reason why I say it is there's a very critical statement out there that I have to live my life by. You can either be right.
No, all Americans should not be protesting ICE. That was up to you, Hispanic people. I'll leave that to y'all.
You can either be right or you can be happy. The one thing that we are really not thinking about is if the establishment finds a way to crush this effort, it is only going to be of negative consequence to us as well.
How so?
Well, because you have to remember one thing. This is a test. That's what they're doing. They're seeing how people are going to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And if Trump finds out that he can get everybody under control by just bringing troops in, who do you think his next target is going to be? The only reason that he ain't digging in on us, even though he's doing it from a pen perspective, but the only reason that he's not, really conjuring up stuff for us to be in the same position is because they hate illegal immigrants more than they hate black people at the moment.
Absolutely, because they know. I was just having this conversation with Mama today. What on these job applications now? It ain't no longer check the box if you white. It's check the box if you are Hispanic descent, and then white, and then the rest. So they know that they are going to be. That's the only reason why this is happening. Because they know in another 5 to 10 years that the Hispanic race is going to be the majority. So they don't want that. But again, this ain't our fight. This ain't our fight. This is their fight. No. I'll let you talk. This is their fight. They're the ones that got behind him and said Spanish people for Trump. Did they not?
Some of them did, yes.
No, more than 50%, and it is a stat, and you can go look it up.
It wasn't more than 50. It wasn't more than 50.
Yes, it was. It was on. Yes, it was. Go look it up, Rashad, because we talked about this. Yes, it was. It was more than 50% of their men that went and voted for him. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So now you want to turn this into, oh, we're all human. I don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear that. This is
I
y'all
didn't say
fight.
that.
This is their fight. What happens when they start coming for black immigrants? I'm sorry, I'm not a black immigrant. My people was born here. So what are you talking about? Hispanic just means you come from a Spanish speaking country. Well, again, more than 50% of your men went and voted for him, and now you want black folks to come to your aid. I won't until it hits my background. I won't playground. I won't. Let me read some of these comments. Janice said it's about it. They voted for him and he can't handle what's going on. I'm not getting involved. I mean, they voted for him. Now deal with it. I didn't say you were Hispanic. I don't know what race you are. Uh, whatever you are, human race, whatever race. I won't be getting involved in that fight again.
Okay, so it was 55%.
I told you it was.
And that's of the Latino men. For some reason, I saw something that was 27.
And I won't.
I got to go back and look at that. But to your point, I mean, yeah, this is. I completely am okay with them reaping what they sow, right?
Voting has consequences. You probably voted for Trump. It has consequences.
100% voting has consequences, but the real that we are unable to think about the larger picture.
There is no larger picture. When they sat there, go ahead. Go ahead.
The larger picture is if they fail, then we fail.
No, okay.
Here's the thing, Didi. We don't have any plans for anything. If they turn all of that effort on us, we're going to be shit. You're going to be shit out of luck. And the only way that we really win this, we have to win together. Now, I'm not saying forget what they've done. What I'm saying is that if we don't take this seriously, we're going to fall the same way that they're falling. But the problem is that we can't think about that. We can't think about us being in a situation that we don't have control over. And because it's not happening to us, we can't see it. But, I'm a forward thinker. You read the tea leaves. You see the way that everything is moving. And they are more, here's the thing, they are more aligned than we are.
They are. I give them that.
And if
I give them that.
And the point is, if they take them, then yes, we're next. And we ain't got no game plan. So my point that I really need to push is that it's self-preservation to just not be like, fuck all of them. Now, I'm not saying don't hold them accountable. I'm not saying that, right? But if in order to win this fight, we gotta be together. That's the only way we win. There is no other way to win. If they lose, we lose.
Well, they should have thought about that when they went and voted and didn't want a black woman to lead this country. Because I don't know what they thought. I don't know if they thought he was telling lies or they thought they was above the madness. Because you got some of them that don't even like black people. So why am I standing on the front line for those that don't even give a shit?
That's not what I said.
I didn't say you said that. Did that come out of my mouth? I didn't say you said that. I'm saying, why am I standing on the front line for a group of people and you have some Cuban Americans in Florida that don't like black people, that think they are better than black people? I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. And y'all are one banana boat away from fucking slavery your fucking selves. So we're not talking about that. And I see you, even though I hate that people voted for Trump, I don't want them arrested and sent to, I don't want them sent to concentration camps either. I'm not wishing any ill will on none of them. What I'm saying is, you voted for him, now you're going to have to stand on what you voted for. Period.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
Mama said, Mama said the failure was voting for him. Hispanics are racist against black people. So why do we need to get with them when they think they are better than us?
Well, I told you why we need to get with them. Because we're not thinking big picture. We're not thinking tomorrow. We are only thinking about today. And we do everything off of emotion. We don't do anything off of strategy. We don't do anything off of, logic. And the logic is, if they crush their effort, then we will be next. And everybody's like, hey, they can come for me. I got my guns in the house. I don't want that. I don't want to be in a position to where I have to be hiding in my house.
Well,
No, that don't do anything. Now, I understand it may be a challenge for you, but one of the other things that I really think about is what is tomorrow going to look like for my kids?
I got you.
That's really where my mind is. I am trying to figure out how we can prevent from the destruction of our nation because of the fact that yeah, shit, I'm almost 50, but I got kids that ain't started living yet. I want them to be able to go to college and not get drafted right out of high school because that's possibly what's coming.
No,
They possibly gonna
that
get
is
drafted.
coming. I think that is already set in motion. That bill.
And so, and that's my thing. Those are I have to worry about issues that are going to affect my offspring that had nothing to do with this. That's why I just can't be fuck everybody. That's why I have to figure out a way to make this shit work, right? And that's just my perspective. And it's a perspective of yes, we're angry, we're hurt, we're disappointed in all of those Hispanics. I get it, but at the end of the day, we still need America to look like America. That's
Mama said we support them. Will they support us?
Well, here's the thing. Maybe, maybe not. But if we don't stop this destruction path that's coming, it ain't gonna matter who supports who.
Uh, I don't know how to say your name. Mammoth. I'm gonna just say that. They said, yeah, you definitely don't have to, but it has overreaching consequences, like the person is saying. I get what you both are saying, but these are things you're thinking forward, right? Which is what they should have been thinking about when they went and voted for him.
Agreed.
What I don't know, again, I don't know if they thought this man was lying, they was calling his bluff. This man has said nothing but the truth before he stepped into the White House. He said what he was going to do. And I guess folks was like, oh, it can't happen to me. Guess what?
Yeah, that's exactly what they said. That's exactly what they said. I completely agree.
Now it's happening to you. And now who you calling to help your ass out? Black people. Black people always got to come to somebody else's rescue. Ain't nobody out here fucking saving us. We the ones out here saving everybody else. And I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. And I won't do it. I won't do it.
100%.
Janice said, I should not. The fight of the people. I didn't vote for the man. God got him. Got me. God got me is what she's saying. Hey, Pat. Hope you enjoyed your birthday.
So, Janice, I get it. God got me. Completely understood.
Okay, I got you. Rahma. Got you.
Let's not forget, Janice, let's not forget, God allowed our ancestors to suffer for 267 years. That is 5-6 generations of people. And for all of these people that's just like, hey, my God gonna protect me, maybe he will and maybe he won't. So I understand having faith, but just understand that God allows his people to suffer as well. And so that's not God got me is not a reason to stand on the sidelines. It's not. We got to figure out what our action is, because God also allows us to be the deliverer of our own deliverance.
So now the Spanish people got to be the deliverance of their own deliverance, because this is the bed that they made, because guess what? They outpace us. And again, going back to your point, that is why these people, white America is so scared. That's why he's shipping their asses back to their country, because he don't want them to be the dominant race. Why you think he's offering vouchers for people to make babies now? It ain't vouchers for us. It wasn't vouchers for the Hispanic people. It's vouchers for the white women so they can make more babies. Mama said, because you got some of them that think they are white. And Janet said, if my mama would have lived, she would have been 102 years old. I know struggle.
You're not wrong, Dee. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that you're not right in holding them accountable. What I'm saying is that at some point, once we get past all of this emotion, we got to come up with a plan. And unfortunately, the plan has to include other races. Bottom line, there's no other way around it. It's a hard truth.
Mama said, so maybe God is allowing them to suffer.
Sure. Yeah. 100%. But here's the deal. Suffering is not only exclusive for non-believers.
Yeah.
Suffering also includes believers.
And
And for people that
it's long
there's too many
standing.
people. Yeah, and it's too many of us out here that believe we are untouchable because we believe in God. He never promised that. Ever.
I'm just saying, whew.
I know,
Here,
I know what
here
you're
we
saying.
come
I
to
know
save
what
the
you're saying.
day. Why we always got to be the ones?
Because we are fighting for our survival. We're not fighting for them. We're doing this for us. That's my point. We're doing it for us. We have to have a strategy. We got nothing. Nothing. And a lot of us are okay with it. And my thing is, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, you can take all of them out and then come after me. But I ain't got time for that. We need solutions. And I won't get too much into it, but I can say it on here. Ain't
Go
nobody
ahead. And
else on here.
Rama said it. They're on Twitch. They said exactly to your point.
Yeah, I got some Twitch folks, so let me not get too specific. But there is a huge organization, huge black organization in the Metroplex.
Mm-hmm.
Our Metroplex has about 6 or 7, maybe 10 cities. So I'm not gonna say which one, but there's a huge organization that last week just got a message from the mayor of their state that says the city will no longer be funding them because of DEI. It's a huge organization.
This is
a staple.
A majority black. Is this a majority black city?
It's no.
Okay.
You know, but the organization is a black organization and is huge in the DFW Metroplex.
Mm-hmm.
And the mayor of that particular city just came out and said, we can't support you guys publicly anymore. If that happens, there's going to be a domino effect. These organizations are, in the black community, all we have are our organizations.
Well, I just saw something with Uber is supporting that big beautiful bill.
So, I mean, once again,
and that big beautiful bill is going to eliminate SNAP benefits, a lot of SNAP benefits, and Medicaid.
So think about it. Okay, go ahead.
No. I was just going to read what Jose said. He said, we as people do better. War is coming. Both of you have valid points. He never said it would be easy. And Mama said, how do you defend a people who think we are beneath them? What up, baby Brock?
So once again, you have to understand it's not necessarily defending. It's collaborating with them on how we have a tomorrow. Right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Right? We got a lot of enemies out here. Unfortunately, we may have to align with some of these enemies to take out the bigger evil.
Well, I keep going. No, go ahead. Finish with you, and then I'll.
Sure. But when we do that, they may turn their back on us later. I get it. But at the current moment, there won't even be a later. We have to get to tomorrow and deal with that other issue then. They ain't got no power. I ain't worried about them. Who are you more worried about? Them or the true oppressor?
Well, he already deployed 2,000 more troops to LA. So I think that's a total of 4,000 National Guards and 700 U.S. Marines are now being deployed to LA. So Rama said, yes, do it for yourself, not the Hispanic people. Trump isn't going to discriminate. He accused legal Haitian immigrants of, he did. And it seemed like, and I'm with you with that, it seemed like he was only coming after the people of color. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't coming after the Hispanics who were of lighter complexion. So I'm with you on that. And I get your point. But go ahead, Rashad.
Look, all I'm saying is that we have a right to be emotional about this. We do. So I'm not saying the way you feel is wrong, dude. I'm not
Absolutely.
saying I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that once we have an opportunity to calm down, we got to figure out what strategy looks like. We have to figure out what strategy looks like.
Uh,
That's all.
and baby Barack, I'm sorry. We are talking about Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't know if that paused me. Can you see me, Rashad, still? Can you
Yeah, I
see
can
me?
see it now.
Okay. For my new folks on here, we're talking about the protests in LA. Plies did do a thing. I did post it. I had some people unfollow it. It's all good. These are my beliefs, and I don't care how you feel about it. But Plies, he said it the best. He was like, "Dear, brown brothers, my brown brothers and sisters. I don't know if you didn't believe this man, or you just felt like you were above the propaganda, but your voting has consequences." Basically, is what he said. Um, I can't stand I can't stand with y'all. This is not my fight. And me and Rashad have two different opinions. And I like this because Rashad, and I knew he would. I knew when I had this conversation, if you came on today, that you were going to express, no, we do need to get behind them. I feel like we don't.
I'm not saying necessarily get behind them.
No,
Right?
but you're saying we got to come up with a plan of action.
So yeah, my thing is we have to be concerned about what they're going through. I'm not saying we need to be out there marching. I'm not saying we need to be getting beat up for them. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying is that we need to watch this a little bit more closely, and we need to be a bit more concerned about what happens to them, because at the end of the day, whatever happens to them, it's always worse for us. No matter what happens to anybody else, it's always worse for us. And so if that's something bad, you get a police officer that goes out there and shoots a kid, and we get in the streets, they're not shooting us with rubber bullets. They've never shot rubber bullets at us.
Well,
They always hit us with the heat.
yeah. And like I said, what is going on is terrible. I am not condoning evil because that shit is just pure, especially you run up in an elementary school graduation.
Yeah, I saw that one, man. God damn.
That's just evil. You don't do no mess like that. So I'm not condoning what this man is doing, but he told you no lies when he said what he was going to do. Tara said, I work for the public aid, and a lot of non-citizens and their children receive medical and SNAP. One case had 5 kids, and they got like $1,509 in SNAP each month. Jesus. Tara said, I believe everyone should have access to healthcare and food, but on who dime? I can't live in Australia unless I benefit their country or married to a citizen. Mama said they would have rather voted for a white devil than a black woman. And Janice said, I'm concerned for them. I hate it for them, but they was told before they went to the polls to vote. I hope everything work out for them.
You know what's funny? I just have to sit back and laugh when this fake outrage continues to come from people that are so upset about our illegal alien issue, right?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that's directly affected by this immigration issue that we have. I don't know anybody that's affected. None. I don't know anybody's life that would be any different if we had a problem or if we didn't have a problem. So I'm curious as why that problem is so high on their radar.
I just told you. You look.
What?
Have you filled out a job application lately?
But here's my point. Here's my point. How are we being directly impacted by that?
Me and you are not. Their race of people are being directly affected. They will no longer be the dominant race in the next 5 to 10 years. And that is
not an issue.
Yes, it is. What you mean? Yes, it is. Why do you think this man keeps saying make America great again? That is not the slogan. He wants to make America white again.
That is a fear tactic.
Okay.
That's a fear tactic. And even if Hispanics ended up being the majority, however many decades later, right? My point is, how are you being affected daily on this?
Because they feel like The
They
immigrant.
feel.
Hold on.
How are they being affected?
They feel like the immigrants are taking all of their jobs.
What jobs? That is not a thing. Immigrants ain't taking no jobs from white people. They're not.
They feel like it.
They are not. They feel. They are not. The majority of Hispanics that are coming into this country, they don't have any education. They are doing the jobs that white folks are trying to pawn off on us.
Yeah.
They ain't losing no damn work. They're not. That is a fabricated argument that they keep at the top, and we keep listening to them.
Oh, I don't care. I don't have a problem. I don't care about them being the dominant race. I don't want them. Listen, the only people I wanted out the country were the ones that were out here raping and pillaging women. That's the ones I was like, send their asses back.
But you know what? I want the people that were born here that's raping and pillaging women. I want their asses out too. What? It's a bigger issue with the people that are from here. And so all we focusing on are the people that are not from here. We're not talking about the president that's on the damn Epstein files.
Oh, and did you see that he just banned Tesla in the United States?
So that was AI.
That was
video.
Oh, that was? Okay.
That was artificial intelligence, yeah. That's another thing. We'll talk about that later.
Hold on. Rama said, I just want to stress that there are Hispanic people of multiple races, white Hispanics, indigenous Hispanics, and black Hispanics. He said, yep, F that ish. So much propaganda. Baby Barack said, if you're here illegally, then why are you surprised? He laid out his plan on getting rid of them from day one. Not our fight. We got our own issues to fight for.
Shit. All of our issues are being compounded right now.
Not for them.
They're all in the same box. All of our issues are going to be a part of the same agenda that he is pushing. And if we are not forward thinking enough to believe that it's going to affect us if he's successful over them, then that means that we're going to be subjected to the same consequence that they have faced. And it's just the bottom line. I get it. It's easy to say it ain't my fight. That's the easiest thing to do. I understand. I would love to say it ain't my fight because I'm just as mad as them as everybody else is. But at the end of the day, we cannot let, blind rage stop us from understanding what we need to do to get out of this. Please believe I'm not enraged.
And I'm not saying you are saying I'm enraged.
Sure.
My thing about it was, I will never forget. They sat in them rallies. They wore them shirts.
Yeah, 100%.
Hispanics for Trump. Yeah. And again, like Baby Barack said, I don't know if you did not believe what this man was saying when he was at these debates, but he laid the foundation out for you and you didn't believe it because why? Oh, it can't happen to me. When meanwhile, 55 of your men went out. Huh?
Yeah, it was 55. Yeah.
Went out and casted their vote because they didn't want to see a black woman run this country.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We got issues. And let's be honest. The issues are above white people, right? The issue is about American greed. And that has no color. American greed and selfishness has no color. Right? It wasn't just white people. It wasn't just Hispanics. It was every race that voted for Trump because they were trying to get as close to the oppressor as they could so they could be one of the chosen few. And that is the root of our issue in America. The root is not with any one particular race. The root is the fact that Americans are selfish. It's the same stuff that all of these countries have been talking about. They've been calling us fat, lazy, and selfish for decades, and it's the truth. It is the truth. It's 100% the truth. But that's not what we want to talk about. We want to fight the race baiting battle because that is really how the people at the top continue to stay at the top.
Again, they're gonna have to stand on what. Your voting has consequences. So you're going to have to stand on business with this.
I got it. I
You're
get
gonna have
it.
to stand on straight business with this, because
Okay.
had it not been, Kamala would might have won. Had it not been for your men. So, and like Ply said, it was their men that left them out to dry. You didn't think about your other family members. Like you said, selfish. You thought about your
Yeah.
own ass. And
Yeah.
you didn't think about how this could potentially affect your cousins, your
Yeah.
nieces, your nephews. You didn't think about that part. And now here we are in LA with the protest.
Yeah.
Ramos said undocumented immigrants commit even less crimes. FBI has statistics, and citizens are always the most violent offenders. I did see something from
100% true.
I did see something from a quarterback who used to play in the league. I can't remember his name. Who said that white men are the biggest predators in America?
100%.
So
A
I mean,
100%. And that's what. Here's the thing. It's all smoke and mirrors.
and he's a white man too. So he's a white
It is
quarterback.
all smoke and mirrors. They continue to, and the reason why I try not to get on this damn blaming minority train is because that's the way that they always keep us in line. They always keep us in line by having us fight with each other instead of bonding together to address who the real fucking problem is. Yeah, I know. Yep, stand on business. I get it. But they ain't got no power over us. We need to be focused on the people that have power over us instead of us trying to point fingers and be like, "Yep, told you so." Get it? Yes, we gotta get that part out. We just have to. That's who we are. I get it. But after we get past the "I told you so," we gotta understand that us fighting is making them richer. Us fighting with the Chinese is making them richer.
Oh,
Us
he
fighting with
got smoke for them too.
look, he ain't gonna smoke with them. I
Yes,
promise
he
you.
did. He's been deporting them too.
So here's the thing. That ain't gonna be no big thing. And the reason it's not gonna be a big thing is because they have backing. They have backing. And there would be consequences from international individuals if he was to make a mass effort with them like he's doing everything else. That ain't the game he wanna play. That ain't the game. He may be doing it, but I guarantee it's gonna get to a point where he will not be focused on them again. He got a whole lot of other people to get before he go to them. He's coming to Mexico because nobody is supporting Mexicans internationally. He's got Africa, but blacks because nobody's supporting us internationally. We are the two easiest targets because we ain't got nowhere to go. We ain't got nowhere supporting us. Mexico is controlled by the cartel.
Yeah.
Their government they're not worried about this. So yeah, he got a whole lot of people to kick out before he really started focusing on them.
No, he just raided a nail salon in Marietta, Georgia. I mean, that's one case, but they getting it too. Baby Rock said we have to protect our own interests and come up with solutions to advance our race. He has been gunning for us for years. If you know his history, the legal ones voted for him, so it is what it is.
So I got a question for every black person on these lines, right? Every person that can hear my voice. Once these movements start awakening for us, are you willing to financially support? That's the question. Because we can't do anything because our people don't support.
Well, you do got a good point with that. We don't support one another. Period. And that is what really has been our downfall, is because we don't support one another. So you got a good point with that. Hey,
And I can
JB,
understand.
and until we can master that, we always gonna be lagging behind these other races, because you made a good point. You know, I see them. They are unified. That is one thing I can say about them. They are unified. So, but will it be enough is the question.
At the end of the day, it's only one way to find out. I know for sure if we don't do it, where we end up.
You mean if black people don't come to the rescue and help them out?
Oh, them? Oh, I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about us now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about us. And so, another question: are you talking to the youth in your area? Because we're going to need their votes for 2026. How many conversations are we having that have gotten rid of the emotion and that are just talking straight facts to people that can help us get to where we need to be? Right?
Right.
I've had some phenomenal conversations with leaders of these organizations, and I'm trying. I promise you, I'm trying. Which is the reason why I'm on here, having a conversation with you guys because you're in a different area, and I'm telling you, we can't give up. We all we got. We all we got. And hopefully there'll be some things that come out that'll be national. But if they do, are we really willing to support? Or are we? I hear so many of us just saying, "Man, look, if I gotta go into the woods, man, that's bullshit. Ain't nobody going into no woods.
Go
Ain't
into the
nobody going into
woods.
no woods. Shit, we scared of bugs.
You
Go into the
ain't
woods.
lying.
That's my point. So we come up with all of these crazy things that we gonna do if shit ever hits the fan, and I'm just like, that's fantasy. We gotta stop. We love looking past reality. Oh, what they say?
Rama said, "I'm in the woods."
You know what, Ron?
No, he said I'm a die in the woods.
That's my point. Everybody gonna be like, man, I'm going to the woods. You gonna be out there for 2 days. You can't cook nothing.
Oh man, I knew it was gonna do it. All right. Well, this was a very good conversation. I knew my phone was gonna cut off on my IG. Ramos, nothing. Please don't take anything that I said personal. It's never personal. I just get really passionate about these topics. Um, but I understand where you're coming from, and again, I hate the things that are happening to my Hispanic brothers and sisters. Um, it's it's evil. That administration is pure evil, but it's happening. And unfortunately, this is going to be a fight that I'm going to have to sit out on until further notice. But I appreciate all of you that jumped on Twitch. Please make sure you hit the follow button because we do this every day for the most part. But love y'all for y'all, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.